But over here, looks like we have an... the Asama is that you're carrying, and how we as... it really does feel like I'm walking through like an Indigenous world, an Anishinaabe world. A movement to stand in solidarity with the missing and... I caught Sabe on camera. Ani bojo kenagwayo jaunang ya mampi minawa. Hello everyone, Jaunang here. Today is a little bit different style of a video. Today we are checking out something called Minecraft Education. Now Minecraft Education is basically like a cool math games version of Minecraft. It says here that Minecraft Education prepares students for the future workplace by helping build skills like collaboration, creative program solving, communication, and systems thinking. Essentially, it's a version of Minecraft that's been created for teachers and classrooms to incorporate the very well-loved game of Minecraft into the classroom learning setting. And so let's dive right in. Here I've created my account and I've got my Minecraft skin here. Now, in order to access Minecraft Education, you actually have to be attached in some way to some sort of educational institution. So in order to actually have signed in to Minecraft Education, I had to use my Trent University student account and my student email with Trent University to actually sign in and use Minecraft Education. So if you want to check this out for yourself, you do have to be a part of some sort of organization or institution that actually has the rights to access and utilize Minecraft Education. Now, under history and culture is this right here, Manito Ake. Now, Manito Ake is a adventure map style experience in Minecraft Education that teaches students about the first peoples of North America, the indigenous peoples of what we call Turtle Island. Let's get into it and check it out. Okay, we're in the world. Now let's have a little look around before we get moving around here. So right away, we have been kind of plopped down in the middle of what looks like on the side of a river. There's a fella down there just staring at me awkwardly. Okay. Hit E for inventory. That's right. And then it looks like I have 64. I got a stack of tobacco. Or in the Anishinaabe language, we say asema. And it's really interesting that your character actually spawns in with the first thing in your hand is tobacco. I'm curious to know if the tobacco is going to act like a currency of exchanging with these NPCs, because in our culture, we say something, we say a saying called Sema a Nigani, Nigani a Sema. And what we're saying is that we always lead with tobacco first. So it's really cool that when you jump in the world, you start with tobacco. That's really, really cool. We acknowledge the land on which we gather as the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, the Ojibwe, the Aninnawak, the Cree, and Dakota peoples, and the homeland of the Métis Nation. With this acknowledgement, we demonstrate respect for Indigenous peoples and communities, and we celebrate a renewed relationship with one another moving forward. Alright, the first person we encounter here, this man, his name is Corey. Welcome to Manitowabe Ake. In a time before European contact, you are about to experience and learn about the Anishinaabe way of life, a way of life that existed for thousands of years before the arrival of Europeans. The area you are standing on is known as the Forks. It represents present-day Winnipeg. Oh, cool. Okay. That would explain why the river is brown. That would explain why the river is brown, is that we're at the Forks. Okay. Moving on, we have Bobby Joe. Bobby Joe is wearing a beautiful ribbon skirt. And I also want to point out, too, here quickly, Corey looks like he's wearing a traditional Métis sash. And Bobby Joe's wearing a ribbon skirt. So let's see what Bobby Joe has to say. The Forks has been a gathering space throughout Indigenous history. The two rivers, known as the Red River and the Sinnabwin, today have been the highways for travel and trade for thousands of years. In this journey, you will learn and experience how the Anishinaabe related to each other and to the land. This healthy, sustainable way of life is still practiced by many today throughout the game. You will be interacting with different Anishinaabe knowledge keepers who will provide you with a teaching or a task. The first knowledge keeper you will visit with is Chickadee. Ani Chickadee. Chickadee says, Sama, or tobacco, is a connection to our creator and our ancestors. Sama allows us to communicate with our ancestors to ask for guidance. Sama is a gift of reciprocity. We give Sama to receive knowledge and healing. Prior to receiving knowledge and or healing from a knowledge keeper, you must offer Sama. You will also offer Sama for any items you gather by first stating your name and the reason why you are offering the Sama. Next, visit with knowledge keeper Vern to learn about fire. Okay, so that's really, really cool. So right away they've established what the tobacco or the Sama is that you're carrying, and how we as Anishinaabe people utilize and share Sama with one another. So that's really, really cool that they established that first, because when you're working with Anishinaabe people in the real world, we expect that Sama always comes first, and so establishing that first in this experience is really, really cool. So this looks like Knowledge Keeper Vern. He looks like he's the fire keeper, so we're going to see what he has to say. Ishkore, fire, is an internal part of our culture for hunting and taking care of our homes. It represents Gizis, the sun, and the sacred light within us. The teaching of Ishkore is important because without it, how can you hunt and survive? Good point, Vern. Ishkore is symbolic of our spirituality. It burns away our negativity and provides the warmth and heart of our community. Ishkore is an important tool of our relationship to the land and the animals. Next, visit with Isaac to learn about the direction using the sun and the stars. How Miigwech, Vern? Isaac says, in the morning, Gizis, the sun, rises in the Wabanung, east, travels Jawanung. Ooh, travels Jawanung. Oh, Miigwech. And then sets in Ningabianung, or the west, Ningabianung. We also have another word for west, which is Epingishmak, which talks about where the sun goes to rest. At its highest point, Gizis is in the south, and these 3 points of Gizis allow you to understand all 4 directions. Now travel south to Manito Ahbee to visit with Knowledge Keeper Diana to learn more about the petroforms. Okay, so we're going to go to Diana to learn about petroforms. I wonder if that's this person over here. Can I sprint? Oh yeah, I can. Nope, that's another crafter. So we're looking for Diana. Diana. What are these? What are these guys? Okay, these look like foxes, but they're like way too big to be foxes. Or are they deer? If it's a deer, that's a funny looking deer. Oh, okay, I guess that could be a white-tailed deer. Huh. So white-tailed deer in the Anishinaabe language is Wawashkeshi. And because there's multiple Wawashkeshi here, we would pluralize them and call them Wawashkeshiwak. Looks like we have a garden here. Now I can take some corn. Oh, exciting. Okay. And some beans. No way. And some squash. All right, that's really cool. So this is what's called a Three Sisters garden, where corns, beans, and squash are all grown together in unison because the different plants actually provide different nutrients and support the growth of the other plants. That's why they're called Three Sisters. It's a traditional form of growing that comes from the Haudenosaunee people. So it's really, really cool that they've got a Three Sisters garden just over here in the bush. That's really cool. Wait a minute. I can climb trees? What? Oh, I can just climb this. Oh my god. Okay, that's really cool. So it looks like somebody's come along and actually stripped some birch bark off of the birch bark trees. That's cool. All right, let's find Diane. I'm getting way too distracted. There's so many cool things to find and look at. It really does feel like I'm walking through like an Indigenous world, an Anishinaabe world. There's so many little hidden secrets and gems like that Three Sisters garden that just like reminds me of just all the beautiful details that seem to have been put into this project. Now over there, that looks like a bear. In the Anishinaabe language, we call bear Makwa. And Makwa are very, very sacred animals to us Anishinaabe. They are the symbol to us of the medicine people, and so we believe that the bear and the Bear Clan people are medicine peoples, and so we highly, highly respect the bear. And because of such respect, I'm going to give this bear his space, and because who knows, you get too close to bears, that's when you could become a bear snack. So I'm going to move away and see if we can find Diana. Now, so we found Diana. How bonjour, Diana? Diana says, ahead of you is Manito, Ahbee, or Petroforms, the place where our original instructions of how to live and respect Mother Earth were given to the people. Continue on the path and I will tell you more at Manito, Ahbee. Oh, okay, let's go. Miigwech, Miigwech, Diana. So moving along. Manito, Ahbee. Okay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think they might share it with us in this experience. But now I believe that Manito, Ahbee actually translates to where the creator sits or where spirit sits, because that abyss sound at the end comes from the word to sit. So if somebody says namadabe, they're telling you to sit down, and that first word is Manito, which talks about spirit. So Manito, Ahbee talks about the place that spirit sits. And now I wonder if they're gonna share that with us, but I wanted to include that because I think it's really cool. And that's also where the word for the province of Manitoba also comes from. Manitoba comes from the word for Manito, Ahbee. Diana seems to have teleported here really quickly, and looks like Diana also has a friend. Who's this? Oh, Chickadee's come to join us. Okay. And we've got an on deck here as well. Looks like there's a bunch of text around us, but let's speak to Diana first. This is Manito, Ahbee. It is our university, the place where life instructions were given to the Anishinaabe on how they were to live in balance with the physical and spiritual worlds. Examine the 5 petroforms and return to me when you have finished. All right, so I'm going to assume that's what these are. Let's check these out. This one is the Benesi, or the Thunderbird. The Anishinaabe people believe the Thunderbird provides the water and fire. It helps the healing and the rejuvenation of Mother Earth with rain and fire. Okay, do I hit this button? Oh! Okay, so they're flying us up. Okay, that's really cool. So they fly us up so that we can see the image of the Thunderbird. That's really cool. All right, Benesi, Thunderbird. Let's move along here. Next we have, ooh, that's a nice touch. So around here on these trees, they've added some red dresses hanging in the trees. Now the red dress comes from the red dress movement, which is a movement to stand in solidarity with the missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls. And so we believe that the dress is red because it's stained with the blood of our missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls. And we hang those dresses outside as a reminder of all of the missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls that have yet to be found and investigated and have justice brought forward. So that's really, really cool that there's dresses hung up around. I'm surprised I haven't noticed that yet. Now, so Asabekashi ikwe. Okay, so Spiderwoman, Asabekashi ikwe. I don't know if I'm saying that one right. Spiderwoman represents the web of life on Earth and how all living things are interconnected and interdependent. She teaches us that everything in the universe is connected. Beautiful. So let's see what she looks like. Ase Bikeshi Ikwe. Found 2 out of 5. Nahau. Really cool. Moving on. Is this a mana something? I don't think this one has a sign, but let's just get some. Let's have a look here. That kind of looks like a giggle or a fish. I could be wrong, but over here, looks like we have an. Waganenu, what's that? Oh, what is that? What is that? Is that what I think it is? I'm gonna try and sneak up on him. Now, if I'm mistaken, I believe this is a helper of ours in the Okay, still there. Okay, so before we encounter this person, I want to explain who this is. I think that this is a a helper of ours in the forest, the keeper of the forest. Yep, he's still there. Okay, I won't say his name because I think that he might share it with us. So let's go see if he's up for talking. Oh my god, starta ha. Okay. Honey? Honey? Okay, I don't think he's really up for talking, but this person right here, this is Sabe, or as people will know him, as Bigfoot, but Sabe for us is a spiritual being, that is the protector of our forests, and he often only shows himself to you either if you have the gift of being able to see them, or they'll often show themselves if they need to warn you of something, or help you if you're ever in need of help when you're in the forest. But he seems to just be kind of hanging out here, so I think we're going to respect his space, and treat it like any other time we see Sabe, and just be like, ah, bonjour. I caught Sabe on camera. I'm gonna be a millionaire. Guavman Sabe. Miigwech. Apachigo Miigwech. Okay, let's go. He's just gonna stare at us while we're doing this, isn't he? Now, okay, so this one is Genebik, or serpent. Or Genebik is also the word we use for snake. It doesn't have to be just serpent. And serpents were one of the first nations to live on Earth, and they are ancient beings that made their way through the earth to help water flow, and by creating rivers and waterways for the people. The Genebik, the serpents, they're also very big helpers for us, and they're very, very sacred in our cultures as well, because we believe that they come from the earth, and so they're highly spiritual and they carry a lot of gifts for us. The Sabe is still just gonna stand there, isn't he? Okay. Oh, whoops. Genebik found. 3 out of 4. Next up we have the Miigwech. Miigwech means turtle. The Miigwech represents the shape of the continents we live on, North and South America. The Miigwech is an ancient timekeeper of our 13 moons calendar. The Miigwech's shell has scales to represent the moon and its cycle. The Anishinaabe people believe the Miigwech represent the creation of life in the Americas. That's really, really cool. If you look on the back of, say, our painted turtle here in Ontario, they have 13 what's called scoots in the center of the shell that represent the 13 moons, and going around the outside of the shell are 28 more scoots or scales that represent the 28 days in between every moon cycle. So the turtle back is quite literally a perfect calendar of a true 13 moon calendar year. And there we have it, the image of the Miigwech, the turtle. Oh, okay, I think this is the last one that we missed. Let's check this one out. Oh. So, Gijigo-kwe, Skyw Woman, beautiful. So Gijigo-kwe came from the stars and the constellations called Pleiades. Constellation called Pleiades. She helped with creation of Mother Earth and brought seeds as a gift to provide the subsistence for the people. Beautiful. Let's see Skyw Woman. Gijigo-kwe. Alright, Diana, bonjour. Miigwech, I hope Manitowabi has enlightened you. Now speak with Grandmother Chickadee to learn about how to craft some important items you will need. Now, apachigo ni Miigwech for watching and listening. I think we're going to end the video here for now, but stay tuned for part 2 where we check in with Chickadee and where we continue this incredible journey. So I want to say Miigwech for watching. Don't forget to like, follow, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Now.